It was an absolute honour and a privilege to be elected as your MP for Blackpool South just a few weeks ago. My hometown showed the country that we've had enough of Tory chaos, and I called on the Prime Minister to hold his general election and give the rest of the country the same chance and elect a Labour government. I didn't expect him to take me up quite so soon, but change for Blackpool South can't come soon enough. On the 4th of July, we're heading to the polls for a second time in as many months. Now I'm back on the doorstep, speaking with residents about issues that matter most to you and asking you, once again, to give me your vote. As a Blackpool local, I know what matters to the people of Blackpool South. Since the pandemic, we've seen record numbers of visitors returning to our town, which has so much to offer. But whilst tourism recovery is central to the town's future, it's now time to focus beyond that for communities. I've dedicated my life to making Blackpool better. I have led an award-winning mental health charity in South Shore. I volunteer and fundraise for Blackpool Food Bank, and I've supported local women and families fleeing domestic violence. I was in office just 24 days after being sworn in, but I hit the ground running. Dealing with more than 250 cases, meeting with businesses, workers and charity groups across our town, advocating for you in Parliament by raising 4 questions, holding 2 street surgeries, 1 advice surgery on Waterloo Road, 1 public Q&A and much more. But the work has only just begun. Our constituency is growing in size, and for this general election will now include Leighton, Claremont, Walbrook Park and a small part of Greenlands. With me elected as your MP, we can also grow in strength. After years of austerity and now with the cost of living crisis, too often the town I'm proud to call home is recognised for being at the sharp end of statistics in poverty, crime, mental health, life expectancy and more. For 14 years, we've lived under the dark cloud of the Tory austerity measures, with deep cuts to our beloved NHS and the dismantling of our communities. Only a Labour MP with the backing of a Labour government will bring economic stability for families in Blackpool, where 1/3 of children live in poverty, and so they no longer have to choose between heating and eating. Cuts to NHS waiting times will mean people in Blackpool, where people are twice as likely to die from heart disease by the age of 75 than people in wealthy areas, will be able to see a doctor when they need it. Hundreds more police on the streets will mean in Blackpool, where weapon offences have increased by more than 400% since 2015, safety will be restored to our communities. These painful statistics are only half the story. Anyone from Blackpool will tell you to look behind the headlines, beyond the bright lights of the prom, to see the real story of our town. It's one that is alive with grassroots creativity, culture, a thriving LGBTQ+ community, and a wealth of fascinating lives that can only have been lived in Blackpool. It's one of community, resilience, and of people who may have very little but are always willing to help someone else who has less. It's time to turn the page of 14 years of misery. A vote for me on July the 4th is a vote for change. I will work tirelessly for you to bring about the change we need, to restore pride and purpose in Blackpool and prove that the right politics has the power to change lives.